So the woman caught in adultery is someone that we have a lot of compassion for, because here she is, caught in her sin, and she's being paraded through the city, paraded through the town, all the way to the temple where everyone's meeting. And basically, these Pharisees want her dead. This is what the law says, that she's to be stoned. And we have a lot of compassion because here she is, we know, like, she sinned, we're all sinners. She's being dragged through public, humiliated and shamed, and she's getting ready to die. Yet obviously we know that's not what happens. But I'm sure even though she survives, at one point she felt like she was already dead. She was a dead woman walking because she knew what was coming. She knew the punishment, but she did the sin anyway. And whenever I read this, I always honestly think of the confessional, because this is exactly what is going on in every confession, that we're walking, dead men or dead women walking. We know the punishment for sin, it's eternal death, and yet we do it anyway. But I think it was actually good that she got caught. It wasn't good the way it was brought about, but because she got caught, because it was brought into the light, because it was brought into the open, she got to encounter Christ's healing power. Because even though she was a dead woman walking, she left changed, freed, and then told to sin no more. When we go into confessional, we confess our sins, we're bringing it out into the open. I always like to use the analogy of like going to the doctor's office. It's like the doctor doesn't force medication on you, doesn't shove pills down your throat or syringes in our arms. We have to consent to being healed. When we name our sins and not dance around them, but name them, we're giving God permission to heal us. We're giving him permission to treat us. And he does heal us. But then there's that last line here, go and sin no more, that we forget in the sacrament of confession. We're not only just cleansed of our sin and then, okay, go about and just come back in a couple weeks, but that we're actually given the grace to sin no more. We're actually given the grace to remain free. Now, we may not always think that we will accept that grace, but that grace is given to us. And so when we do that, I guess, need to listen to myself as much as anyone, but to not just think of it in the terms of, I have to be perfect the rest of my life. I have to follow God every minute of every day for the rest of my life. Because when we do that, it feels overwhelming. But in fact, God lives in the here and now. It's not that we have to be perfect for the next 20, 30, 40, 50 years. But can I just follow Jesus Christ right now? Today, in this moment. Sufficient for today is his own evil, as we're told. And so the grace that we receive from all the sacraments, the sacrament of confession, and of course the Eucharist, let us ask God for that grace. To not be so focused on all the way down the road, but to follow him just in the right here and the right now.